Shannon, Jen, and Ewander. Thank you for your submissions on this travel piece for a book cover. You've all explored some cool ideas here. Um, and try not to make Shannon. First of all, I appreciate all of you having one PDF each. You're awesome. Thank you for that. But don't use portfolio when you're making combining, because it makes this screen smaller, and then I have to, click on here and it's still smaller. So just kind of make it like full, like Jen's page here in the contact sheets. And then and Elander's, and it just goes into the full picture. So go with that. As far as your themes go, let's go back to you, Shannon. I like the idea of cars, and cars are definitely a huge part of travel, especially in airplanes and so on. The only thing is, your railway tracks, at least I feel like there's a leading line. There's some compositional use of design, so it gives me the idea of travel, the leading line and the frame and so on. Even if you had a train going with some movement in it, that could help too. A person walking down the railway track with a suitcase in hand or a backpack, that would be really cool to add. I think a lot of you didn't feel like you could add people to the scene, and maybe you don't all have those type of people to put in there, but you can. You certainly can. So I appreciate your exploration of all these different modes of transportation. It's just, I think that having more the feeling of someone using it for travel, a purpose, a map, a compass, a suitcase, something in there that would give a clue would help. Now, Jen, you have some great props here. I love your camera. You've got binoculars and a map. What a great idea. You've got suitcases. You actually shot them pretty well for indoor lighting. They look nice and crisp, and you've got good separation of background in there, which is great to see. The guitar in the case, not so much, but if you put that on someone's back like you did in the car picture, that's awesome. That works well. The feet hanging out and people hanging out on the car, they're kind of fun as well. But more travel, I would say, are your suitcases, your map, and probably somebody in the driver's seat driving could help with that, like you have kind of here going on. I think it's you. So looking out, that's kind of a cool idea to the top right of the screen right now. The motorcycle, that's cool, people hanging out. The bottom right one's great, and that's awesome because you've got a beautiful environment. I see your weather has gotten better since digital image management. The middle one too, lovely sky in that one and someone exploring. I like that idea too. So in the end, you've got the suitcase one for your vertical one. That's a nice placement. I think I like your map one better. This one, one of the map ones, or sorry, for your vertical, I like your person stretched out the middle picture. And then that's kind of a cute one too. You could definitely use that. It's nice and whimsical for a cover. Now, Shannon, with your final images, I don't, oh, sorry, the right here, I don't think they're going to cut it for this one. So, I would like you remember you have to do a vertical and a horizontal final for this project. So keep working and see what you come up with. Ewander, you've gotten some great shots of different areas of the city and so on. And you've got different methods of transportation. Good. I like the car and the mirror in the bottom, kind of to the right here, the mirror of your car and the bus with the reflection. That's a really cool vertical shot, and that could work well. The other ones just seem like historic places, which is great. But what gives me the idea of traveling to them? So I think you've got a good vertical one so far with the bus and the car. That could be cool. But you could probably shoot some more, including more of maybe props and so on. Interesting, you picked a similar one to me, but I like the one with the rear view mirror because it gives the idea of two methods of transportation. this final one is pretty good. And if you can't reshoot, definitely this would be a good choice. What I would do is maybe in the develop module crop tool, I would get rid of the bottom right. I don't like cropping, but I would get rid of the white line down the bottom and maybe straighten the frame a little bit when you crop. And that's going to help everything kind of line up a little bit better. You got a good leading line and good twilight. And some nice color with the red in there too, with the blue sky. So could work, but consider shooting more horizontal examples that may denote travel a little bit more within your destinations here. So all of you did super, great job, and I look forward to seeing your final.